Hey, good morning, folks. We are going to go over our pre-market analysis today. Greenhammer Trading will be doing a few pre-market analysis sessions during the week, and today is our last call Friday. So, if you didn't make your money this week, or you just want to see what's setting up after a big week, come check us out, and we'll try to get you pointing in the right direction. So, let's go ahead and get started. I know we're running a little bit behind, so this is like the first time I've done this. So, uh, you know, we'll try to work out the kinks as we go forward. So, right now we're looking at SPY, and the way we do this is basically we go from a top-down approach. And if we look here on the top left, we can see that SPY went outside day yesterday after a humongous run up overnight. And then it just dropped after, I guess, about an hour and a half into the session yesterday. Then we had a slew of economic data come out this morning, PCE, and then we also have consumer sentiment with the Michigan consumer sentiment coming out, which is also a high impact item. So that comes out in about an hour. So we want to be cognizant of that. So when we're looking a little bit past the daily and we start drilling down through the 4 hour, we can see that we did break some structure here, but the trend is overall up. I mean, there's no doubt this thing has been a monster lately. So then we go back to the hourly, and right now we've broken above the top of value on the weekly. So we were kind of in outer space yesterday, and we retraced all that move and then some. So anybody who tried to front run the Fed yesterday, they got stopped out, and now we're moving our way back up. So before we can really confirm whether or not this move is for real, or is it just a bounce after yesterday's sell-off, we need to see what the Michigan confidence, Michigan consumer sentiment comes out. So we'll wait on that. But the way the things are setting up right now, especially the way Greenhammer Trading looks at this, is that we look at the 10-minute and the 2-minute to really look at our criteria coming in, since we are day traders. So right now, if you look at the lower left, we can see that SPY has really come back to this major violent area. Let's see here. If you look left, right here, and we've stopped right there. So the sellers who came in and put in a violent move, we've come up to that level right now. And, that's pretty normal price action. We always kind of return back to the violence. And at this point, what's happening is we've come back to it, and now we're waiting on the news. And if we're going to look at the indexes for trading right now, there's not a whole lot of signal here. The criteria we're looking for is at least to clear out through volume profile, and this volume profile being the weekly, monthly, and daily. And we look at a multi-time frame approach on that. So right now we're just kind of stuck in a lot of volume, and what it's doing is just backing and filling. Pretty typical for Fridays until after the first hour or so. So yeah, right now it's looking slightly bullish, and we could probably expect it to come back to the point of control from yesterday at the very least, or maybe at least the bottom of it, which would be around 457. But we can expect this thing to range back and forth until we start clearing 459, 460, which might be tough on a Friday. You could expect a wide ranging move here. So let's move on to the Qs, see what kind of setups we have there. This a little bit better, honestly. We've already cleared out the violent move here. We've come through the bottom, or the weekly bottom of value. Top of value is up here. The point of control is right here. We're looking for at least to touch this. If we break this level here at 478, we can expect it to revisit the 376. But right now, the trend is looking a little bit better here on the Qs for good reason. You've got semiconductors that are up big. You've got some China tech that's up pretty big. You got First Solar, NVIDIA, Amazon, Google, Meta. These guys are up pretty big, pre-market. So the way we're looking at it is we're slightly bullish right now, but we still want to wait for the economic data to come out, right? So if it is bullish, and this is how we want to look at it, is then we want to look at our easy mode screen. These are the stocks that are showing the strongest, the most strength pre-market, and it would take a lot for them to lose their trend, so to speak. So let's take a look at that real quick. So let's see, I'll just bring up the list here. And let me just move it over. Yeah, so this is our list to start off with in the morning. We have First Solar, who reported earnings and just went gangbusters, went up 12%. We've got American Tower, Baba, Baidu. The China stocks have been ripping, and they're incredibly strong. So when we look at strength, we're looking at our Green Hammer trend, which takes in account a ton of variables, but the main ones are multi-time frame trend and time frame continuity, which if you're in the strat community, you understand that one. And we also have our stacked indicator, which just helps with the trend as well. So with these stocks are showing the most strength. SMCI has been incredible lately, so we might want to check that out. So let's go through a couple of the charts on these. So again, if the high impact news is pretty good and the market responds accordingly, then these are the type of stocks that we're going to be looking for. And on our easy mode list, it's dynamic, so it will change as the market changes. So the stronger stocks will start popping up, and you can find entries through our dashboard. So yeah, let's look at SMCI just to look to see how we might play something like this, right? So let's take some of this off. Yeah, so you can see how we've cleared these val zones, and the trend on our EMA clouds are pointing up. We've got all kinds of things indicating that SMCI will be strong. The only way that we think that it won't be strong is if it starts moving below 323, 324. This will kind of take out everybody. But if we're looking to get in, we're putting our limit orders down here, and then we're putting our stops down here. We obviously want to see confirmation on our 2-minute, but hey, that's the way it works. We try to keep it pretty low, keep the risk pretty low, and we'll target any one of these ATR lines up here. And if we look back just a little bit, we can see, well, The high was 336. So we're definitely not buying the breakout. It could break out on the open. That's fine. We'll let it go. But for a risk adjusted return, we'd want to buy it. We'd want to see it pull back and then shoot up. That's just kind of natural price action. If we get it, great. If we don't, then well, we'll move on to the next one. So semiconductors are pretty strong again. So we can look at Baidu, for instance. Look at the China stocks real quick. Again, you see a huge gap up. And for that and Green Hammer Trading, we don't typically like huge gaps up. If we look to get in, we'll look to get in at the top of value up here, which is 150. That looks great. We'd expect some selling to come off, but if it doesn't, oh well, we'll move on to the next one. So hopefully you guys get an idea of how we look through these things. Check us out every morning on Twitter. We post our pre-market analysis. We post our easy mode list. And if you're looking to learn exactly how we do it, just come on over to greenhammertrading.com. And we've got a course, we've got a Discord, we've got tools for you guys to get in there and trade more effectively and know where to obviously place your risk, know where to target for profits. Just makes things a lot easier than just eyeballing it or following somebody or some guru on Twitter. So we teach you how to hunt. And that's it for this first episode of Last Call. We'll try to do a little bit better next time, but happy trading today. Good luck, and let the market odds be with you.